Watch this vendor master the art of Turkish iron toast, a beloved street food phenomenon from Turkey. First, he cooks seasoned meat and scrambles it directly with eggs on a flat grill. Once creamy and aromatic, he adds chopped tomatoes and Turkish spices to build rich flavor. When it's all cooked, he scoops the mixture into thick Turkish bread and then presses the sandwich using heavy iron plates, flattening it until golden and crispy. The result is a hot, buttery, egg and meat-filled toast that's gooey inside and crunchily pressed outside. It's uniquely Turkish, incredibly satisfying, and honestly, this is something you've got to try at least once. These kebab masters are preparing something truly next level. What you're seeing is a massive 150 kilograms of diner meat. Yes, you heard that right. At Pasanik Diner in Turkey, this kind of size isn't just impressive. It's part of the tradition. They layer marinated beef with rich lamb fat, building it up into a towering stack. As it slowly rotates, the outer layer develops a beautifully roasted, caramelized finish that locks in all the juices and flavor. Once it's perfectly cooked, they shave off thin slices and serve it fresh, crispy on the outside, tender on the inside. This is Turkish street food at its finest. Totally irresistible. This is kokoreç, Turkey's most extreme and addictive street food. It's made from lamb intestines and offal, carefully cleaned, spiced with oregano, chili and cumin, then tightly wrapped around a skewer and slow grilled over charcoal. The result? A smoky, crispy outside with a juicy, tender inside that's bursting with bold, spicy flavor.
Yummy!
Once it's cooked, the meat is finely chopped and often served inside a crusty sandwich or on a plate with bread. You'll find it sizzling late at night on the streets of Istanbul, especially popular as a post-party snack. If you love bold, unusual flavors and authentic street food, kokoreç is a must-try. It's seriously addictive. Imagine a nearly meter-long Turkish pide. Think of it as a boat-shaped pizza stretched across the table. We start by kneading and proofing a long, soft yisu dough shaped into that iconic elongated oval. It gets brushed with olive oil, folded up at the edges, then piled high with at least 7 toppings: spiced ground lamb or beef, kaymalik, diced pastrami, style pastarma or sucuk sausage, creamy khazar cheese plus white feta-style cheese, sautéed spinach with onions and sumac, slices of tomato and peppers, a cracked egg in the center, and maybe even mushrooms or olives. The handful of toppings becomes a mixed pide. Each bite delivers savory meat, melted cheese, veggies, spice, and a gooey yolk. It's baked until the crust is golden and the cheese bubbles. Nearly a meter of Turkish flavor packed perfection. Would you eat this? In Turkey, this is called kyal sohus, a boiled sheep's head. The vendor carefully removes everything edible: the cheeks, tongue, brain, even the eyes. No sauce, no spice, just pure meat served fresh. It's one of the most traditional offal dishes in Turkish street food. Would you try it? Churros on the streets of Turkey? You've got to see this. Churros may be Spanish in origin, but they've made their way to Turkey's street food scene. Watch this vendor in action. Using a simple tool, he squeezes out long, spiral-shaped churros straight into hot oil. The dough fries until golden and crispy, then he slices it into smaller pieces for easy eating. It looks crunchy, sweet, and yes, a little oily too. Would you try Turkish-style churros like this? The chef prepares mersin tantuni, one of Turkey's most iconic street foods. First, beef is sliced into tiny, thin enough to cook fast. Then it goes straight onto a wide, shallow hot pan, sizzling in oil, usually cottonseed oil for that rich, authentic flavor. Spices like paprika, chili, and salt are mixed in while the meat cooks, giving it that signature reddish glow. Next, warms lavash bread directly on the pan to soak up those delicious meat juices. Then, he layers fresh tomatoes and herbs inside the bread. And finally, fills it with the sizzling meat. Hot, juicy, and full of flavor. This is mersin tantuni done right? This Turkish street food might shock you, but it's a local favorite called shirdan. It's made from the abomasum, that's the 4th chamber of a lamb's stomach. Thoroughly cleaned, then stuffed with a mix of rice, onions, black pepper, chili flakes, and fragrant spices. Once filled, it's stitched closed with thread, gently steamed, and finally roasted to perfection. Shirdan is especially popular in Adana, southern Turkey, and often served at night with crushed red pepper and lemon juice on top. Its shape might look strange, but locals say it's soft, savory, and seriously addictive. For adventurous eaters and lovers of offbeat street food, this is a must-try. So, would you be brave enough to taste it? Meet Uncle Tahsin, the legendary Toastmaster from Turkey who turned a simple street snack into a national obsession. Uncle Tahsin doesn't just make toast, he forges it like a blacksmith. After stuffing thick Turkish bread with melting cheese and his signature spices, he places it directly under a blazing hot iron press. Yes, a real heavy slab of iron, not a toaster. With a few firm presses and perfect timing, the bread crisps up with golden edges. The cheese bubbles inside, and the whole thing fuses into one crunchy, melty masterpiece. That sizzling sound when the iron hits, that's the sound of perfection. In Turkey, there's a dessert so simple yet explosive in flavor. They call it the Turkish bomb or bal kaymak. Instead of using a plate, they slice open a fresh melon and use it as a bowl. Then fill it with rich, creamy kaymak, Turkish clotted cream, and drizzle it with golden honey. The result? A cold, juicy, and irresistibly creamy explosion of taste that defines summer indulgence. Look at this vendor in Adana, Turkey. This is Ceylan pelek chicken. They roast whole chickens until perfectly golden inside a hot rotisserie oven. When it's ready, he grabs the chicken and cuts it using scissors with precise, clean moves. No fancy plating, just straight into a box, juicy and hot. Simple, smoky, and delicious. Would you try this?